going to do a little review on the first three Neil Young albums. And when the first one came out, I was 18, and this is the first album. And I was a big Neil Young fan from the Buffalo Springfield days, and I couldn't get enough. But when this album came out, I was really disappointed in this album. It was hard to get into, and I wasn't ready to be depressed at 18, because that's how old I was when this came out. And there's just the recurring theme of Neil Young's lost love and all that stuff coming out right from the beginning, and it just became a little overwhelming for me. But I do have this album, and I don't listen to it very much, probably once every 10 years. So the first song, Emperor of Wyoming, I like that instrumental. There's two instrumentals on this album, and I like both of them. Then we have The Loner, which is the rockiest song on the album, unfortunately, but it is a good song, and I wish there was a little more of that on this album, but that's Neil for you. So then we go to If I Could Have Her Tonight. Oh, jeez. I mean, that's the theme of this album. It sort of sums up the songs. It's okay, but man, it's just got a whole depressing sound to it. The number four song is what's it called? I've Been Waiting for You. And this is a good song. I like this one. This one goes through my mind like it gets caught in there sometimes, and there's a nice solo in the song. So it's okay. It's one of the ones that I would listen to again. Old Laughing Lady. Oh my God. That's 5 minutes and 53 seconds of depression, really. And there's a part in the middle that's okay, that repeats, but the rest of the song I can really do without that one. String Quartet from Whiskey Boot Hill is another instrumental, which I really like. It's just a little short thing, but it's got a nice feel to it. I almost should have done a whole instrumental album, but not really. Here We Are in Our Years. I think Neil's sort of jumping ahead in age a little bit. He's just a young guy, and he's talking like here we are in our years, and whew, that'll bring you down. And the next song is What Did You Do to My Life? Some of these titles, I don't like that song at all. It sucks big time. This ninth song is I've Loved Her So Long. Another one, it's okay, but it's a good thing some of these songs are really short, except for the last song, Last Trip to Tulsa, which is kind of a stream of consciousness thing that Neil Young would do quite a bit. A stretched out thing, which parts of it are okay, but after a couple of listens, I don't really have to hear it again. I mean, I think he was listening to a little bit of early Dylan at the time, but that's okay. It's a sort of, at least it's not kind of depressing like the rest of the album. Well, it is kind of. But anyways, that's Neil Young's first album. So this is Neil Young's second album. Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. And this is more what I wanted to hear from Neil Young at that time. And it still has some of the depressing stuff in there, but it starts off with Cinnamon Girl, one of his best rockin' songs. And then I like the ending where it just has a little bit of feedback kind of stuff going on there. And then we have the title track, which is a good country rock song that Neil would explore through his career, that country rock side of him. And then we go to the Round and Round, which is okay, but it's back to the depressing side of his thing. It's a little too long for that kind of song. But next we have Down by the River, which is more what I really wanted to hear, his first real jam song you hear on record. And this is where I wanted to be, that long extended guitar thing. I love lead guitar, that was my favorite thing. And you flip it over, and then we're at the Losing End, which has a country feel, which is okay, of course. And Running Dry, another long, kind of depressing kind of song. And I mean, it's okay, but I want to get on to Cowgirl in the Sand, which I think is his best song up to that point, especially for the extended jam thing. And there's a really nice long, it's a nice long song, and it has lots of ups and downs. The singing is more competent at this time, I find. And Neil Young and Crazy Horse, of course, comes into play there on this album. And it's a good album overall. I think it's up to this point definitely his best work on here. So next up we have Neil Young's third album, After the Gold Rush. And at this time I was depressed, and I found this album very uplifting. It helped me get through a hard time, sort of just after high school kind of thing, and no direction home and all that kind of stuff. Starts off with Tell Me Why, which is a great acoustic song. I think Neil Young's first great acoustic-based song, great lyrics. Next, After the Gold Rush, another great song about a dream, I guess. And this song still sticks in your head because it's such a well-written song. And Only Love Can Break Your Heart is next. And that's back to the love lost, love gained, love searching, all that kind of stuff. It's okay. Next we have the Southern Man, which is pretty well the only rocking song on this album, and it's a good rocker. I mean, Till the Morning Comes is at the end. It's just a little ditty to finish off that side. Turn it over and you got Lonesome Me, which I could relate to. Oh, Lonesome Me, which is a cover tune, but the way he does it, it's mournful. And at that time I was into that state of mind, so it works. Don't let it bring you down. Another really great song, I think. It has another theme going through it. Don't let it bring you down. It's only castles burn. Whatever. I'm not going to try to repeat Neil Young's lyrics. Then we have Birds, little ditty thing. Okay. When You Dance. Actually, that's a little more of a rocker too. That has a upside to it, and I like the song. And the last two songs, what are the last two songs? We have I Believe in You. So he must have found somebody briefly. Nice song. And it ends up with Cripple Creek Ferry, sort of a little uplifting thing at the end. Overall, still a good album. I mean, I don't think it's the great album I thought it was at the time, but it's still one I can listen to with enough there to be drawn back to it.